What's up, Saints and Ain'ts? Welcome back to another episode of Music and Makeup. This episode, I'm breaking down my favorites from the new EP from Roc Marciano and DJ Premier, The Coldest Profession. And on the makeup, I'm going for a juicy orange-inspired look using the Juvia's Place Culture 2 and Zulu palettes. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Roc Marciano and DJ Premier recently dropped their EP, The Coldest Profession, which the title is a really nice play on the phrase, the oldest profession, which of course y'all know is prostitution. And this is perfect here because a lot of Roc's subject matter centers around the game. So the title is like a really nice tie-in. Love the album cover too. I'm so happy they made like merch for it. I'm definitely gonna get a shirt. They teased the release of this EP back in February with the release of the single Amande section. And I'm not sure if it was a coincidence, but this was also around the same time as Fashion Week. So I felt like the timing was like really perfect. So the story is that the title comes from a meeting between Roc Marciano and DJ Premier in the Armani section of the store where they were shopping. And they talked about getting together and, you know, doing a project. And fast forward, here we are today, and we have The Coldest Profession. So this is an EP. Comes in at 8 songs. I wish it was a little bit longer, but that's why it's an EP and not an album. I'm going to go through and share with y'all what I liked about each song. So let's jump into it. The EP starts off with the aforementioned Armani section, which is the first single from off of this project, as I said earlier. And this is a great intro to the album. It's really upbeat. It has the scratches that, you know, Premier is known for. And, you know, I know some of the younger generation has their feelings about the scratches, but to me, I'm at home with them because I grew up on Gang Starr. DeWick was one of my favorite songs in middle school, and I just always felt like the scratches made that song. So it's all good with me. Throughout the song, Roc laces his verse with the names of different designers. For instance, the line, "I don't drive a Ford, you can't afford Tom Ford, they should kick you out of the store. No Bulgari, no Marnie, no Barney. No, it's Marcy, you see the gold Cardis," which, you know, referencing his infamous Cartier glasses that he always has on. Then we go right into Prayer Hands, which is my second favorite song on this EP. First of all, the beat is really doing it here for me, and Roc is just flowing like extra smooth. For instance, on the line, "Just the tone of my voice made your lady moist. Talk, baby, we some playboys, no need to play coy. We some players, some real gamers, they saying we was shaving points. UCLA lost to Malloy. Rumor has it we fixed the wheelchair classic and jumped in the window of the coupe like Bo Dukes and the Dukes of Hazzard." I really like that line, just so smooth when he said that. And then he lets you know what type of time he's on. This ain't a Jag, this is an Aston Vanquish. As far as the new jacket I'm wearing is Chris Van Nash. We did the Montclair thing in the past. The rags get the Matumbo finger wag. And y'all know who Matumbo is in the finger wag. So I like that line. Just epitome of smooth on this track. It's also worth mentioning too that he historically references automobiles in a lot of his raps, not just clothes. So that's why I was not surprised to hear that line about the Aston Vanquish. Next up is Good to Go, which has like a little bit of a more sinister style to it beat-wise. My favorite verse on here is, "I was doing numbers like Money Mitch, you was still shooting puppy piss. Your huggy slid down your hips. Your chips is counterfeit. My bag made the counter split. The sound of the money counter to me is like an album hit. I found out your bitch got good inside the mouse skin." Now, what does that even mean? What does that even mean? I know, let's not all be coy here. But what an interesting thing to say. When I first heard that, I was like, say what now? And then also, I like the other line on here. "Spin your block for a ticket, that's a round trip. Let off a shot, hit the skipper, he went down with the ship." I remember when I would watch The Sopranos, Skipper is also like the leader of the crew going down with the ship. So, love that line. Let's get into another one of my favorites, this next song, which is Glory Hole, which, again, what an interesting thing to say, but it is one of my favorites up here. As I was listening to this morning, I was like, you know what? If he ever did something like that with a live band, Glory Hole has got to be on this list. This is perfect. It feels almost like he's doing spoken word, because I'm telling you, the man is just really smooth with his flow. So that's how this feels. And I really like how he uses, I think I got the name of the literary device down, but I believe it's assonance with the oin line sound in the verse. Bet your queen want a king in between her loins, inner joined, tell her get her friend to join. I enjoy the little joint, she a freakazoid. Little joint might take her to a eatery of choice. Your boy a P, but not P-noid. I like that verse right there. I mean, he was just absolutely just skating and flowing all over this. Next up is Remarkable, and it has like a really mellow feel to it. Feel like Roc really nailed it when he called it in the beginning of the song penthouse music. Definitely feels like being on a penthouse balcony overlooking the city at night. So y'all know I love any kind of music that evokes a feeling. It's something that like puts me in a situation or in a headspace. And my favorite line on here is, this is a killing that I exhibit, but it's not an episode of Pimp My Ride. And y'all caught it there, exhibit Pimp My Ride. I like that verse. I thought that was very, very clever. Then we get right into Travel Fox, which the title there is a reference to Travel Fox shoes, which are really popular with Jamaicans. And he points that out with the opening line, I've been hot since Jamaicans was rocking Travel Fox. Dark cloud, I'm dancing with the devil when I shadow box. Quick pop out on my ops like Jack in the Box. Caught him by surprise like a caveat. I like what he did there. I like what he did there with catching you by surprise, because, you know, a caveat is usually something that, you know, a last minute pop-up, a last minute exception, a last minute surprise. This project closes with my favorite song, Execution Style. When I talk about like how smooth Roc Marciano's style is, this song is like one of many excellent examples. He delivered this verse effortlessly, like just conversational, like crocodile surround the watch down, nigga, watch out. If I catch your wife out of pocket, pal, I'ma knock her down. No need to get wild hostile with the cops around. You was just docile. This verse is very much, we can either be some gentlemen or we can get into some gangster shit. I just love it. I just love it. And then he got into a real nice pocket when he said, Sports Illustrated centerfold, hoes posing expensive overcoats. Show these bitches my boat, cause I'm a showboat. They can't touch the goal. I Mayweather doing the shoulder roll. Thought they had me on the ropes, rope-a-dope. He was absolutely just going on this. One more line. I just want to be happy like Mary. Not trying to get married, but if she's nice with the culinary, send the Cullinan to pick her up from the Addy. Come to daddy. Crossbody bags for functionality, cause love would rather be judged than carried. I love this because he let you know that the crossbody bag has a function, because some of us would rather be judged for carrying that bag than to be carried. I guess that's what it meant. I could just be making that up. This is like my favorite song on this EP. First time I heard it, I was like, yes, instant add to the current rotation. The Coldest Profession is out now on all streaming platforms. Let me know in the comments if you've heard the album and what were some of your favorite tracks. It is time for my favorite part of my makeup routine, the lip combo. Today we got orange eyeshadow and orange blush. I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Stick in the shade See You in Miami. And then I'm going to top that off with the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Mango Margs. Now for the liner, y'all know I have a love-hate relationship with Fenty liners. I might try it. I got one here. I don't know. What say y'all? Maybe I should give it a try. Let's give it a chance. Do I have to sharpen it? Of course. Child. Okay, let's see. All right, it's not as bad sharpened as I remember it. I might have sliced it a bit. I felt like these were harder to sharpen when I first got them. Okay, well, we're gonna start here. So we're gonna use the Fenty Beauty lip liner, the traced out lip pencil, and this is in the shade Browned Out. One thing about this pencil, it is waterproof. So let's say that. Oh no, why didn't I like these at first? This is doing okay. I don't know what the problem was, but I did not like these lip pencils. Okay, well, back in the rotation you go, boo. Okay, I know why I was not a fan of the Fenty liners. They crumble a little bit. That was the problem. They go on easy, but they crumble. We're gonna go in now with the See You in Miami.
Boss, I'm killing y'all. That's a body on the floor. Remind me to hide the course and I get lost somewhere in mine, so try to.
We're not done. I'm gonna go back over this with the Mango Margs. This is the Fenty Lip Gloss Balm.
That rumor has it we fixed the wheelchair classics. It jumped in the window with the coupe like gold dupes.
It's not as orange as I thought, but maybe I don't want it to be too orange. I think this is a good spot. All right, Saints and Ain'ts, so this is the final look. All the music and makeup that was discussed today is tagged in the description box. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe for the latest in music and makeup. Till next time, Saints and Ain'ts, love you. Bye.